Hi, Tracy. Hi, Emma. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to give everybody 60 more seconds to log on. So just hang tight for just a minute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Amanda Garcia. I am the Program Director for the Public Relations and Digital Media Marketing Programs. We also have Mr. Dan Ray with us today, who's the Senior Academic Advisor for the programs.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us.
So before we get going about the programs, I wanted to tell you a little bit about SOPA. So Tulane University, as you may know, was founded in 1834 as the Medical College of Louisiana. We offered our first continuing education classes in 1886. And so you can see that we have a commitment to adult learners that has lasted over 130 years. The school that was continuing studies and continuing education has now transformed into the School of Professional Advancement because we do offer programs that are not only in continuing studies, but also traditional undergraduate programs as well. So a little bit more, we have a depth in online learning and teaching. We have outstanding programs and faculty. We have faculty that are working in the field and then take that knowledge directly into the courses that they teach. We have a very broad range of student support and success that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. We are affordable and flexible. In terms of affordability, you know, if you've looked at Tulane's cost of education, that can be a little daunting. If you've noticed and if you've done your research on SOPA up to this point, you've seen that our costs are substantially less than traditional Newcomb Tulane undergraduate programs. And so if that's a concern for you, just know that we are keeping our costs down for our courses. And of course, flexibility, taking classes at night, online, etc. And we'll get into more of that a little bit later, as well as that you have the Tulane name and Tulane brand behind your degree. So many of the public relations and digital media marketing classes are offered online. So if you're interested in the PRDM certificate, which I saw from our spreadsheet earlier today that many of you are, those courses are 100% online, but you will have some synchronous sessions, which means that you will meet face-to-face with your professors throughout the semester as check-ins or lectures here and there. But primarily the PRDM certificates are 100% online. Which means that you can get on and review the course content at your leisure, not a specific time of day. But we also have some courses that do meet synchronously online every single week, especially right now when most of our class content has been moved into a digital environment. But in terms of online learning overall, we use Canvas as our platform. So if you're familiar with Canvas from an undergraduate program or another program you may have taken, we do have access to all learning materials, lecture notes, and assignments at any time. We do have very engaging and informative videos and simulations. We have access for all of our students to LinkedIn Learning. It used to be lynda.com and now it's LinkedIn Learning. So if you're familiar with that, as a SOPA student, you have full access to hundreds, thousands of videos that they have produced that are very high quality with experts. We do have online discussion boards and other ways for you to collaborate with students. We're also able to connect you with a very diverse group of students to improve online communication and your technical skills. And we do have monthly online meetups with classmates, faculty. We also have guest speakers throughout the semester. So even though classes are online, we have found ways to really complement those online classes with further engagement. Just to give you a little bit of scale, we have almost 1,400 students who completed almost 12,500 hours of online coursework just in the last year alone. We have 8 master's degrees, 11 grad certificates, 4 post-bac certificates, and 320 courses, all developed to be taught specifically online with over 200 trained faculty. So the reason we point this out is many programs are moving online right now, but their content and their expertise may not be in online learning and teaching. And they're just simply transferring coursework online. So if you're looking at other programs and considering other programs, this is something that really allows us to stand out. We do have experts who are building these courses specifically for online learning to make sure that you're getting the best online experience possible. So let's dig into the programs a little bit. So we have our bachelor's in public relations. So if you're interested in pursuing a bachelor's degree, it's 120 credit hours, just like all of our other bachelor's programs. You will be taking 30 credits within the major itself. You can choose a concentration in either traditional public relations or in digital media marketing communication. So if you're interested in going into a traditional public relations field, being a communication specialist, strategist, etc., you would go the traditional route, excuse me. And if you're interested in doing search engine marketing, digital influencing, you would go the digital media marketing communication route. We also have minors in advertising, marketing, and PR if you were to pursue a bachelor's degree. And we do have a variety of professional certificates. So you do not have to have a bachelor's degree to pursue the professional certificates. This is not a post-bac certificate. This is simply a professional certificate. So you can do this at any time during your career. We have certificates in digital media marketing communications, like we just spoke about, in marketing and in public relations itself. It's anywhere from 12 to 15 credit hours, depending on which certificate you choose. And you'll see classes in digital media principles and strategy, search engine optimization and search engine marketing strategies, business communications, principles of PR, public relations campaigns, and so much more. We also have many students who will pursue multiple certificates at the same time. So if you're looking at careers in these different fields that we have discussed so far, we have students that have gone on to be a PR specialist or public relations manager for specific companies or brands, marketing managers for specific companies or brands, advertising specialist or an ad manager, fundraising and development coordinators, media relations specialist or manager, that's a big one, a digital marketing manager, a digital ad manager, and digital strategies manager. Those are just a few of the different positions our students have gone on to fill. So as I mentioned earlier, we have many people, including myself and Dan on this call, who are here for you for student support and success, but then we have specific people in these roles. So we have a team of academic advisors. We have expert faculty with industry experience. Like I said, you might be taking a class. Right now I could think of someone, for example, Mallory Whitfield. If you're from the area, you might recognize her name. She is very popular within marketing and digital marketing, very notable. She speaks and travels, etc. Yet she's developing and teaching you in our program. So you're getting people who are directly working in the industry who then are also teaching you what they do on a day-to-day basis. And so it's a very, very, very rich experience, I would say, to help you make sure you're getting the most up-to-date information that will prepare you for graduation. And we also have a career advisor who works with you, who can help you gain internships, connect you to the right people for job placement. And then of course, our network of program peers and other Tulane alumni. We also have something, if you're seeking your bachelor's degree, let's say that you're already working in a similar field to digital marketing or for public relations, right? Let's say you're already working in those fields. And I'm going to plug in my laptop as we're talking just to make sure. You can earn what's called credit for prior learning. So credit for prior learning can earn you up to 24 credits during your time with us. So if you are working in marketing, let's say, you can enter into our credit for prior learning class. You can create a portfolio, and we have experts that review that portfolio. And like I said, you can earn up to 24 credits. So that's 8 classes. So as you're moving through your bachelor's degree, you could actually already earn up to 8 classes worth of information. So if you're already working in these fields, I would highly recommend looking into credits for prior learning. Marketing, advertising, communications, digital marketing. We also are looking at if you have any placement exams or military training, that all goes into account. In terms of affordability that we mentioned earlier, our undergraduate courses are $524 per credit. So each course is 3 credit hours. So you can do the math there, and that will kind of give you an idea of the total cost per course. We also offer financial aid for our bachelor's programs. So if you are seeking that BA, we do offer financial aid through your FAFSA. Federal grants, federal loans. We also have our Yellow Ribbon program. We also offer a 20% discount for active duty military, K-12 instructional staff, and New Orleans public school employees. And like I said, up to 24 credit hours for life experience. And in terms of the application, applying is very simple. We have this online. And it's $40 to apply, but because you joined today, we're going to waive that application fee. We just need a clear image of a valid government ID and your transcripts. So we can take your unofficial transcripts from previous institutions. If you're trying to transfer in credits, you can transfer in up to 60 credits if everything aligns properly. So if you are transferring in those credits, we can review them and see which courses articulate specifically to ours. But we will need those official transcripts sent directly from your previous institutions before you're able to register for the semester that you would like to enter. But we can take unofficial transcripts, ones that you can download from online before, just to get you approved and admitted. So these are our application deadlines. For spring is January 1st. If you're looking at entering this coming spring, we need all of your materials. Everything needs to be in hand. So you're not starting your application. This is when it all has to be in. In terms of summer, that's May 15th. And then for fall, if this next coming fall would be August 1st. So it does take some time to get those official transcripts. It does take some time to get everything uploaded and, you know, kind of through our system. So if you're looking at spring, I would definitely get started probably, you know, November-ish. Start getting everything uploaded, asking any questions that you may have of us, just to give you enough time to get everything in from those other universities and that sort of thing. So I do see a question coming in from Emma. And she is saying, if you're not a citizen and have an I-2 visa, are you a permanent resident? Let's see, Dan, do you happen to know the answer to that?
I unfortunately do not. We have had students who were not US citizens in our school, and as long as they have the necessary, you know, visa paperwork to be able to be in the United States, they've been able to attend. But I'd have to ask somebody in admissions that, or we'd have to follow up with you on that, Emma. I can check. Yeah, I can send out an email to admissions here. Ann just said we'll follow up with you on that. So I believe it's okay, but I'm just not 100% sure, having not working in admissions. So I know a lot about admissions, but that's one of the things with international I'm not 100% sure about, but we'll definitely get back to you.
Great. Awesome. So I see we've got Emma and Tracy. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what you're interested in and what questions you might have additionally? Yeah, so Tracy, you have a question about financial aid. So you can take out, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Tracy. We spoke over email a couple of times before and recently, I believe, too. So I don't believe certificates are covered by financial aid. You have to be a degree-seeking student. So if you already have a bachelor's degree, you will probably have to check with them to see if you're eligible to possibly pursue a second bachelor's degree and completing, you know, all those requirements for it. The other thing is if you're looking to do a graduate program, you can only do either undergraduate or graduate. You can't be admitted into both and take classes in two separate, you know, programs. So you would definitely need to do either or. And then I guess the financial aid thing would be key. If you have an undergrad degree and you're applying for a grad degree, you know, you'll have to, see if you're eligible for financial aid and whatnot. And if you are, great. But the certificates I don't think are covered. And you can't do both programs concurrently. It's either or pretty much. And the tuition costs are different. So if you jumped into the graduate program and took an undergraduate class, well, I don't even think it would let you register for it, but then you'd be paying graduate tuition on an undergraduate class, I think, as well. So
That's not good.
yeah. So yeah, it's either you can only do an undergrad or a grad program. You're not able to do both concurrently that way. So I guess
there are other types of aid, though. I mean, I would definitely, I wouldn't throw it out the window. I would speak to a financial aid officer. Yeah, because there are different types of aid. There are, I mean, I know when I was in grad school, I took out, like, I ran out of my like normal aid, and so I took out other types of aid. So I would definitely check into it because there are other things. I mean, I personally did that, so I know that there are definitely other types. But yeah, Dan's right. Like the undergraduate certificates are not covered under a traditional FAFSA loan, but the financial aid office can get creative and give you some other options there as well. And then I know Emma's saying she's interested in the BA. Okay, great. Yeah, so for the bachelor's, so if you're entering into the bachelor's degree, there's not a requirement of a specific GPA or SAT score for entry into the program. But once you're in, you must maintain a certain GPA to remain in the program, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Real quick too, back to Tracy, you may want to go to the financial aid website. It's financialaid.tulane.edu, and there's a SOPA box at the top page, and it has a current and prospective students tab on it. So you can, you know, chat with an advisor or see, you know, what all the different options are available to you as far as the different kinds of aid goes that, like Amanda was just talking about too. And then as far as your comment, Emma, yeah, I mean, we have open admission every semester. Sorry, my son just dropped the water bottle there. We have open admission essentially every semester. And as long as you have a high school diploma or equivalent, you can be, you know, admitted for the most part. We don't require SAT or ACT scores or anything like that. You know, we cater to mostly non-traditional students. So, you know, our classes are all once a week at night or online. And we do have some daytime classes that you can do for, you know, certain requirements, but that are available at our tuition rate then as well. But yeah, and you have to, you know, as long as you're in good standing, you know, getting good grades, then you'll be able to, you know, complete the program. If you ever GPA goes below a certain number based on the amount of credits you completed, you may be placed on academic probation as with any other institution or university. And then you just have to make sure you do well in those classes to raise your GPA to get back in good standing. But yeah, long story short, the BA in public relations and a minor in marketing, totally. I have a lot of students in the past that have done that. They did the PR side and they wanted some of the marketing side as well. So that's a good combination to have.
Awesome. Any other questions that we can answer for y'all? No? Okay, well, feel free to reach out to us. I'll put my email, just in case you missed it on that last slide, in the chat here, as well as my cell phone. Feel free to text at any time if you have any questions that might come up, or just want to run some ideas by us, by me on you know, courses that you're interested in, or if you're already working in the field and want to know more about the credits for prior learning, et cetera, just let us know.
And I'm also going to send an email to admissions, Emma, about the international student status and what's all required there. So once I hear back, either myself or Ann or one of us in here, we'll shoot you an email with the necessary information.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.